Today on our 2015 Subaru Forester, we're going to be doing a test fit on the Yakima Jetstream Timberline Tower Roof Rack system. We'll be using part numbers Y00425 for the aluminum black Jetstream crossbars. You can also get those in silver with part number Y00428. And we'll also be using part number Y00147 for the Timberline towers. This Yakima roof rack system is going to allow you to carry roof-mounted accessories on your Subaru Forester. Things like bike racks, kayak carriers, cargo boxes, and much more. The crossbars are 50 inches long and they have a sleek aerodynamic design. These are going to be a lot quieter than your traditional round or square bars. They're also going to reduce the need for a fairing. They're going to work with your standard clamp-on accessories as well as your T-track mounted accessories. You'll simply slide the T over the rubber stripping, no need to trim or remove it. The crossbars are held in place by 4 Timberline towers. Each tower has a stainless steel rubber coated strap that goes around the raised rail, holding it in place. The nice thing about them being rubber is you don't have to worry about any harm coming to those raised rails. Each Timberline tower features a cover that helps contain our hardware. It's also going to deter anyone from removing it from our raised rails. Now, if you'd like to, you can pick up the Yakima locking cores for more security with part number Y07202. This roof rack system has a weight capacity of 165 pounds, though you will want to be sure and check with your Subaru Forester's owner's manual to see if your roof can support that much weight. Now we'll give you some clearance dimensions. From the top of the roof to the underside of the bar is about 4¼ inches. From the top of the roof to the top of the bar is about 5¼ inches. One last great thing is, with this roof rack system in place, we're still going to be able to use our sunroof. Now that we've gone over the features, I'll go ahead and show you how to get them installed. Now, I've already got the front crossbar installed on the roof of my Subaru Forester on its raised rails. The rear one installs the same way. Let's go ahead and set that up together. One side is ready to go. Let's do the other side. We'll start off by taking the Timberline tower, and we'll take the pieces that came with our Jetstream crossbar. So we'll start with the plastic piece first. We're going to insert it on top. Be sure that the teeth face down and line up with the grooves in here. Line it up and then push down, listen for a click, just like that, and you've got it. Then we'll take the metal T-shaped nut. That's just going to go right over the top like that. From there, we can hold it in place. We're going to flip it over. Go ahead and undo the strap. What we want to do is we want to push to where the bolt pops out this way, like this. By doing that, it opens up a little pocket through here where we can take our included tool and tighten down everything we just installed on the other side. Now we're going to tighten this down all the way, and we're going to listen for 3 clicks in our tool. That's how we know it's properly torqued down. Now, after you've tightened everything down, you want to be sure that it's still loose on top. This is what's going to allow us to easily slide it into the channel on the underside of our Jetstream crossbar. Let's go ahead and do that now. So we'll take the tower and we're going to slide it into the channel here. Once it gets to here, if you're having trouble pushing it in place, it's because of that rubber portion here on top. Just go ahead and take your finger, push down on it, and then you should be able to slide it on the rest of the way. From here, we can take our end cap and go ahead and clip that in place. Now we're ready to head to the top of our Subaru Forester. Now when we set it in place, we want to be sure that the rounded portion of the Jetstream crossbar is facing forward. We'll also want to be sure to undo our straps, and then we're going to set it in place. Now we can set it anywhere along the raised rails we want. We just want to be sure and set it up to where it's going to work best with our accessories. I'm going to choose this location here. Now when we set the tower in place, we've got a little indicator line on the bottom here. We want to make sure that that's center with the top of our raised rail. Once we've done that, go ahead and take our strap and connect it here. Now when you set your crossbar in place, you want to be sure that they're parallel with one another. Normally you would take a measure and measure center on center, but since I'm lining up between my raised rail here and here, I don't need to take a measurement. Once both sides are checked, we can take our included tool and begin tightening them down. Now by tightening this bolt here, it's going to draw that strap up around the raised rail and make it a nice tight fit. This may take you a minute or two, but you're going to be listening for those 3 clicks. We can repeat the same process on the other side. Now we need to check our bar overhang. So we can take a measurement from the Timberline tower and measure to the end. We just want to be sure that it's the same on each side. I already know that I need to go a little bit that way. So what we can do is just give it a push until it gets lined up. And I'll check that side. Once our overhang is set, we can take our included tool and tighten down the bolt on the inside of our Timberline tower. And by doing this, it's going to draw our crossbar down and lock it in a position. We'll want to do that for both sides. Last thing to do is to put on our end cap, and we're ready to load up our favorite roof mounted accessory and hit the road. And that's going to complete our test fit on the Yakima Jetstream Timberline Tower Roof Rack system on our 2015 Subaru Forester.